My cheating wife said, "Stop being ridiculous, it's just a night with my crush. I need this to prove I'm still desirable by other men." What I did next crushed her completely. I never thought I'd be the guy recording his own wife admitting she wanted to cheat on me. But there I was, phone hidden under a magazine on the coffee table, watching the red recording dot blink while Meg told me, to my face, that she needed another man to make her feel wanted. Let me back up. 3 weeks before that night, everything seemed fine. We weren't perfect, but we were married. Comfortable. Or at least I thought we were. Please, before I continue, kindly like, share and subscribe for more interesting videos. I was sitting on the couch, half watching some reality show, when Meg walked in from the kitchen. She had that look, you know, the one, where she's smiling at her phone like it just told her the best joke in the world. I didn't think much of it at first. Married couples get comfortable. We don't interrogate every little thing. Then she said it. Casual. Like she was talking about the weather. "You know that guy from my yoga class? Derek? I've been thinking about him a lot lately." I laughed. I actually laughed. "Okay? That's random." She didn't laugh back. She just kept scrolling, that stupid smile still plastered on her face. I glanced at her, waiting for the punchline, but it never came. She just sat down next to me, legs crossed, thumbs moving fast across the screen. "He's really funny," she added, not even looking up. "And he's got this whole mysterious vibe, you know?" I turned back to the TV. My chest felt weird, tight, like I'd swallowed something sharp, but I pushed it down. She was just talking. People talk. It didn't mean anything. Later that night, we were getting ready for bed. I was brushing my teeth when I heard her giggle from the bedroom. Not a normal giggle. The kind she used to do when we first started dating and I'd send her stupid memes at 2 a.m. I walked in, toothbrush still in my mouth. "What's so funny?" She turned her phone face down on the nightstand. "Too fast." "Nothing. Just a video Sarah sent me." I stood there for a second, foam dripping from my mouth, staring at her. She smiled at me, tight, forced, and rolled over. I spit into the sink and stared at myself in the mirror. Something was off. I just didn't know how off yet. That night I couldn't sleep. Meg's phone buzzed twice on the nightstand. She didn't wake up. Or maybe she was pretending. Over the next few days, Derek became a third person in our marriage. Meg couldn't shut up about him. At breakfast, Derek says I have a great sense of humor. During dinner, Derek invited me to grab coffee sometime. While we were watching a movie, oh my God, Derek would love this. I finally snapped on day 4. We were eating takeout Chinese on the couch when she checked her phone for the 15th time in 10 minutes and smiled. "Meg, you know we're married, right?" She looked at me like I just asked her if the sky was blue. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means you've been talking about this guy nonstop for almost a week." "It's weird." She rolled her eyes so hard I thought they'd get stuck. "Chris, relax. It's just nice to be noticed by someone who isn't, you know, you." That stung. More than I wanted to admit. "What's wrong with me noticing you?" "Nothing's wrong with it," she said, scrolling through her phone again. "It's just predictable. You're my husband. You have to notice me. Derek doesn't have to. He chooses to." I didn't know what to say to that. So I said nothing. I just sat there, chopsticks frozen halfway to my mouth, watching my wife grin at some message from a man who wasn't me. The next morning I noticed something else. Meg was dressing differently. Tighter jeans. Lower cut tops. She spent 20 minutes on her makeup before running errands. She never used to do that. When she came home that afternoon she smelled like cologne. Not mine. Something expensive. Something I'd never buy. "Good errands?" I asked. "Great," she said, breezing past me toward the bedroom. I ran into Derek at Whole Foods. We talked for like an hour. My stomach dropped. But I still didn't say anything. Not yet. That night, I lay awake again, staring at the ceiling, listening to Meg breathe beside me. Her phone was face down on the nightstand. Glowing. Someone was texting her at 1 a.m. I needed advice. So I called my buddy Rick, who's a divorce attorney. We met at a bar downtown on a Tuesday night. I told him everything, the yoga guy, the late night texts, the cologne, all of it. Rick didn't even blink. He just took a sip of his beer and said, "Chris, she's testing you. And right now you're failing." "What do you mean?" "She's pushing boundaries to see what you'll tolerate. If you don't set a hard line now, she'll walk all over you. Trust me, I see this every week in my office." "So what do I do?" Rick leaned forward. "Document everything. Every conversation. Every text. Every time she comes home smelling like another man. Record it if you can. Because if this goes where I think it's going, you'll need proof." I felt sick. "You think she's cheating?" "I think she's about to." And when she does, you'll want evidence. I went home that night with Rick's words echoing in my head. Meg was already asleep, or pretending to be. I sat in the dark living room staring at my phone. Could I really record my own wife? Was I that guy now? Then I remembered something. When I was 12, my mom cheated on my dad. I found out because I heard them fighting one night. My dad was crying, actually crying, begging her not to leave. She left anyway. Took half of everything and moved in with the other guy within a month. My dad never recovered. He died alone 7 years later, still wearing his wedding ring. I swore I'd never let a woman destroy me like that. So yeah, I became that guy. The next evening, when Meg came home from yoga class, I had my phone recording under a magazine on the coffee table. She sat down across from me, glowing, almost giddy. So, she said, biting her lip, Derek asked me something today. My heart started pounding. What? She smiled. He wants to take me out Friday night. I stared at her. What do you mean, take you out? Like dinner? Maybe drinks after. She said it so casually, like she was talking about a dentist appointment. I stood up. You're married, Meg. You can't just go on dates with other guys. Her face twisted. It's not a date, Chris. God, why do you have to make everything so dramatic? Then what is it? She threw her hands up. It's just a night with my crush. That's it. I need this, Chris. I need to prove I'm still desirable by other men. The room went completely silent. I could hear the fridge humming in the kitchen. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. You need to prove, what? Her eyes were wild now, defensive. Yes. Is that so wrong? I need to know that I'm still attractive. That men still want me. And if you were a real man, you'd understand that instead of acting like a jealous child. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stood there, feeling something inside me break clean in half. This was the woman I married. The woman I'd built a life with. And she was telling me, to my face, that she needed another man to feel whole. So you're seriously going? I said quietly. Yes. Friday night. And you're going to deal with it. I walked into the bedroom without another word. I could hear her yelling after me, something about me being insecure, about me not supporting her, about me being boring, but I wasn't listening anymore. I pulled out my phone and stopped the recording. 17 minutes. Every word. Crystal clear. I texted Rick, I need those papers drawn up. Now. He replied in seconds, say no more. 1 week. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat on the edge of the bed listening to that recording over and over. Her voice, so casual, so entitled, I need to prove I'm still desirable by other men. When Meg woke up the next morning, I was already showering. She acted like nothing happened. Made herself coffee, hummed some song I didn't recognize, checked her phone every 30 seconds. You're not still mad, are you? She asked as I walked past her in the kitchen. No, I lied. I'm fine. She seemed relieved. Good. Because I really think this is healthy for us, Chris. Couples need space. They need to feel independent. Yeah, I said, pouring coffee I wouldn't drink. You're probably right. She kissed me on the cheek before leaving for work. I stood there, coffee mug in hand, watching her car pull out of the driveway. Then I called Rick. I listened to the recording, he said. Chris, this is gold. She literally admitted she's going on a date with another man while married. Any judge will side with you. How long until the papers are ready? I'll have them by Friday. You want to serve her then? No, I said. Let her go on her date. Let her have her night. Then I'll serve her. Rick paused. You're cold, man. I respect it. I wasn't cold. I was broken. But I wasn't going to be like my dad, begging, crying, clinging to someone who didn't want me. That week was the longest of my life. Meg floated around the house, glowing, preparing for her big night. She bought a new dress. Got her nails done. Came home smelling like a salon and smiled at herself in every mirror. And I played along. Smiled. Nodded. Pretended everything was fine. Friday came. Meg spent 3 hours getting ready. I sat on the couch, pretending to watch TV, while she paraded around in a tight red dress I'd never seen before. How do I look? She asked, spinning. Great, I said flatly. She frowned. You okay? I'm fine. Have fun. She kissed me on the forehead like I was a child. Don't wait up. The door closed. Her car pulled away. I sat in the dark for 10 minutes just breathing. Then I opened my laptop. Rick had emailed the divorce papers that morning. I read through them twice. Everything was there, irreconcilable differences, division of assets, the works. I signed every page. Around midnight my phone buzzed. Meg had posted an Instagram story. I don't know why I looked. Maybe I'm a masochist. It was a photo of her and Derek at some fancy Italian place downtown. His hand was on her shoulder. She was laughing, head thrown back, looking happier than I'd seen her in months. I closed the app, closed my laptop, went to bed. She stumbled in at 2 a.m. drunk and giggling. I heard her kick off her heels in the hallway, heard her bump into the dresser. She collapsed onto the bed still wearing that red dress. "Chris," she slurred, poking my shoulder. "You awake?" I didn't move. "Tonight was amazing," she whispered, giggling. "Derek is so funny. And he said I look better than his wife. Can you believe that?" I clenched my fists under the blanket. She passed out 10 seconds later, snoring softly, reeking of wine and that same expensive cologne. I stared at the ceiling until sunrise. The divorce papers were in my car. By Monday everything would change. The next morning Meg woke up chipper. Hungover but chipper. She made pancakes and told me every detail of her night with Derek. The restaurant, the wine, the way he looked at her. 3 guys hit on me at the bar after dinner, she said, grinning. One of them bought me a drink. Derek got so jealous. I nodded, chewing my pancakes like cardboard. Over the next week it got worse. She couldn't stop talking about the attention she was getting. Derek's friend Mike said I have the prettiest smile he's ever seen. A guy at the gym asked for my number today. I feel so alive, Chris. Like I'm finally myself again. I documented everything. Took screenshots of her Instagram posts. Saved her texts when she left her phone on the counter. Recorded 3 more conversations where she talked about maybe meeting up with Derek again. Rick texted me Tuesday, "Papers are ready. When do you want to serve her?" "Friday," I replied. Let her have one more week of fun. On Thursday night, Meg announced she was going to Derek's place. "Don't worry," she said, applying lipstick in the hallway mirror. "His roommate will be there." "Okay," I said. She paused, staring at me. "You're being weird." "I'm fine." "No, you've been?" "I don't know. Distant." I smiled. "Just tired." "Work's been crazy." She bought it. Kissed me on the cheek. "What?" I texted Rick. "Tomorrow? I want you there when I serve her." He sent back a thumbs up. When Meg came home Sunday morning, still wearing last night's clothes, makeup smudged, smelling like she'd showered at someone else's place, I was sitting at the kitchen table. Waiting. The envelope was in front of me. Meg walked in humming. She saw me at the table and smiled. "Morning. You're up early." "Sit down," I said. Her smile faded. "Why?" "Just sit." She sat slowly, eyeing the envelope. "What's that?" I slid it across the table. "Divorce papers. I need you to sign them." The color drained from her face. She laughed, nervous, shaky. "Wait, what? Are you serious right now?" "Dead serious. I've already signed. My lawyer has copies. You have 30 days to respond." She opened the envelope with trembling hands. Her eyes scanned the first page. Then the second. Then she looked up at me, tears forming. "Chris, what the hell? This is insane." "Is it?" "Yes." "Over what? Because I went out with Derek a couple times? You're going to throw away our marriage over that?" I pulled out my phone. Hit play. Her voice filled the kitchen. "It's just a night with my crush. I need to prove I'm still desirable by other men." She went pale. You recorded me?" "Every word. And the 3 conversations after that. And the texts. And the Instagram posts." I leaned forward. "You humiliated me, Meg. You told me to my face that you needed another man to feel wanted. So go be with him." "Chris, I didn't mean." "You meant it. And now you're done. I want you out of this house by tonight." She started sobbing. "Where am I supposed to go?" I stood up, grabbed my keys. "I don't know. Maybe Derek's couch." Rick was waiting outside in his car. I got in. We drove away. I didn't look back. Meg called me 47 times that day. I blocked her. She texted from Sarah's phone. I blocked that too. By Monday, she'd moved in with Sarah. She kept trying to reach me. Emails, Instagram DMs, even sent a letter to my office. I threw it away without reading it. 2 weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that she tried to reach out to Derek. He ghosted her. Apparently his wife found out about their nights out and threatened to divorce him unless he cut contact. Meg tried Mike next. He responded, "I have a girlfriend, sorry." Then the gym guy, not interested. Every single man who'd flirted with her, told her she was beautiful, made her feel desired, they all disappeared the second she was actually available. Sarah told me Meg was posting cryptic Instagram stories now. Stuff like, "Sometimes the people who promise to love you forever are the first to walk away." I didn't even check. I'd already redecorated the house, painted the bedroom, bought new furniture, threw out everything that reminded me of her. One night, Sarah called me. Chris, she's really struggling. She won't eat. She just cries all day. That's not my problem anymore. She said she made a mistake. She wants to talk to you. I hung up. The truth is, I did feel bad. For about 5 minutes. Then I remembered her laughing at that restaurant with Derek. Remembered her telling me I was boring. Remembered her saying she needed other men to feel whole. And the bad feeling went away. 3 months after I served her the papers, I saw her at a coffee shop. I was with Rachel, a woman I'd met at the gym. Smart, kind, respected herself and me. Meg saw us. Her face crumbled. Meg approached our table. Rachel tensed, but I squeezed her hand gently. Chris, Meg said quietly, can we talk? Please? I looked up at her. She looked terrible, hair unwashed, dark circles under her eyes, wearing sweatpants and an old hoodie. This wasn't the glowing, confident woman who'd left for Derek's place 3 months ago. There's nothing to talk about, I said evenly. I made a mistake. Her voice cracked. I see that now. I was confused and stupid, Anne. And you told me you needed other men to feel desirable. Remember that? She flinched. I didn't mean it like. You meant it exactly like that. And now you're sad because those men didn't want you. They want a one-night, Meg. That's it. Tears streamed down her face. Please, can we just... Rachel cleared her throat. I think we're done here. I stood up. She's right. We're done. The papers are finalized. You're not my problem anymore. Meg watched us leave, standing there in the middle of the coffee shop, sobbing. People stared. I didn't care. In the car, Rachel asked, You okay? Yeah, I said. And I meant it. A month later, Sarah told me Derek's wife divorced him. He lost his job, moved back in with his parents. Turns out the other guys Meg had bragged about, all married, all gone now, all dealing with their own consequences. Meg was alone. Completely alone. I heard she started therapy. Good. She needed it. Meanwhile, I proposed to Rachel on a beach in California. She said yes. We're getting married next spring. Last week, Meg texted me from a new number. I'm sorry. I read it. Didn't respond. Deleted the message. Some people don't realize what they had until it's gone. And sometimes it's too late. 6 months after the divorce was finalized, I ran into Meg's friend Sarah at a grocery store. She looked uncomfortable when she saw me. Hey Chris, she said quietly. How are you? Good. Really good actually. You? I'm fine. Listen. She hesitated. Meg's in a bad place. She's been in therapy twice a week. She finally understands what she did. I nodded, grabbing a box of cereal. That's good for her. She wants you to know she's sorry. Really sorry. I turned to face her fully. Sarah, I don't say this to be cruel, but I don't care. She made her choices. She told me, to my face, that she needed other men to validate her. That I wasn't enough. So I let her go find them. She knows she was wrong. Good. That's growth. But it doesn't change anything. Sarah looked like she wanted to say more but didn't. We parted ways. That night Rachel and I cooked dinner together. She told me about her day, laughed at my jokes, kissed me while the pasta boiled over. This was what I deserved. Someone who chose me every single day. Later, lying in bed, Rachel asked, Do you ever think about her? Sometimes, I admitted. But not the way you think. I don't miss her. I just think about how close I came to staying. How I almost convinced myself that her behavior was normal. Rachel squeezed my hand. I'm glad you didn't. Me too. The next morning I saw that Meg had posted something on Facebook. I shouldn't have looked, but curiosity got the best of me. It was a quote, You don't realize the weight of a good person until you've pushed them away. I closed the app. That wasn't my burden to carry anymore. A year later, I married Rachel in a small ceremony surrounded by people who actually loved and supported us. It was perfect, simple, real. I heard through the grapevine that Meg showed up outside the venue. Didn't come in. Just stood across the street watching. Sarah confirmed it later, said Meg had a full breakdown that night. Honestly, I felt nothing. Not anger. Not satisfaction. Not even pity. She was just a person I used to know. 2 years after our divorce, Sarah sent me a message. I thought you should know. Meg's getting help. Real help. She told her therapist everything. About her insecurity. About high school. About the bullying. She's working through it. I was happy for her. Genuinely. Everyone deserves healing. But that didn't mean I wanted her back in my life. Rachel and I just had our first baby. A daughter. She has her mother's eyes and apparently my stubbornness. Life is good. Really, really good. Last month I got one final message from Meg. Not from her directly, through her therapist who reached out with Meg's permission. It said, "I understand now why you left. I was broken and I tried to fix myself by breaking you. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know that I finally understand what I lost. I hope you're happy. You deserve to be." I showed it to Rachel. She read it and looked up at me. "How do you feel?" "I feel like that chapter is finally closed." Rachel smiled. "Good." I deleted the message. Not out of anger. Just because it didn't matter anymore. Some people spend their whole lives chasing validation from strangers. They destroy real love searching for fake attention. I learned that the hard way. But I also learned that walking away from someone who doesn't value you isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself. And that's the best decision I ever made.